folks, real quick.
Hi.
We thought we were done. We're not done. I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That's still Chris. We were going to do a review of 1917 that we were going to do last week. We never got around to it because, well...
He had the shits.
Yeah. I'm going to let the one who must not be named know you're the one who said it. Anyway. We're here to do a quick review of 1917 just so we can get it off our chest, get it over with, get it out there, expel it just like the dirty squirts. And anyway, so go ahead and give your quick review of 1917.
Alright. 1917 is, of course, a war movie, which is amazing. Amazing. I'm sorry.
True. It is amazing.
This movie I've never seen nothing like it, especially a war movie like this. This movie has so much passion, so much heart. It will drag you in, and it will give you a ride of a lifetime to where when you walk out of the theater, you're sitting there going like, I need to take a moment. Like, that's how the movie really brings you into it. The great thing is, I love the cinematography and the way it is shot. It feels like it's made to look like it is a one constant scene where the camera literally, as the beginning of the movie, the camera does not take its eye off of these characters all the way to the very end, and that's really hard to do for a war movie, but damn, they did it so good. And they did it so good to where it drags you in there and you feel like you're right there next to him. So it's like when he goes through hell, you're going through hell. When he's climbing over dead bodies, you're doing that too. When he's sick, you're sick. When he's sad, you're sad. It just literally pulls you in there and keeps you there. You have to literally catch your breath at the end of the movie to where you're just like, wow. Perfect film. Perfect the way it's shot. Actors, fantastic. I don't even know who these actors are, which is fantastic that they got people that you don't know. I mean, seriously, these guys, I don't know who they are. They're not big time actors. They're brand new, and they nailed it. They did such a wonderful job.
So you done?
For now. Till I think more.
1917 is based on a true story. It was told to the filmmaker, the director here. He's one who came up with the story and came up with the production. Who? Sam Mendes. Yeah. His grandfather, his great grandfather, actually went through this. This was his story, and it is one of the more impressive war films I've ever seen. Put this one as a bookend to go with Saving Private Ryan. There have been plenty of comparisons. The fact we're doing this review like 2 weeks after its debut, it's still relevant though, because the film's still out in theaters. It's still having its effect. As storytellers, we're storytellers. As storytellers, we can sit there, I was looking at it, and yeah, I was impressed with these long shots. I can tell where the little stitching parts were at. You can tell where the stitches are, so to speak. Because they do have to change sets. It's a great idea, okay? It's very challenging. Certainly impressed every cinematographer in the industry, globally, for that matter, to come up with a 90-minute movie that looks like a single shot.
I mean, and the thing is, it can be done, but as for a war movie, it's like, holy crap.
It's a technical achievement, and no doubt it'll win at least an achievement Oscar for that. Okay, but I have to admit, it was a good effect. Certainly impressive as all get out, but one little bit of confusion. It's not real time. Okay, this actually takes place over a period of roughly 24 hours. Like I said, the film's about 90 minutes to 2 hours, somewhere around there. It's hard to tell the passage of time. It's hard to tell where the scene shifts because it wants to look like it's one steady shot, so it has to make a conceit. The conceit comes in, you'll see the old set fading off to your left as the action pans to the right. So you're actually seeing a change of scene, so time has passed, but you don't recognize it because you're still seeing scraps of the last scene in the background going off stage left. And that's just one of the hazards involved with doing it this way. Since you can't do cut scenes, you can't, it's not like one of the characters is going to be able to hold up a piece of paper, it says 2 hours later. It's something that, I actually went through roughly half the movie before I caught that. And then it seemed like it got a little more confusing after that. Of course, by the end of the movie, you've forgotten all of that, because the scenes you've got have so much impact. This is a story well told. It's told well, and it's given a subject matter not a lot of people are familiar with. Trench warfare in World War I. There is a reason why they didn't have trenches in World War II. Mainly because Hitler had to fight from the trenches of World War I, and he swore when he took over Nazi Germany, he established Nazi Germany, he swore no German would ever go through that ever again. So that's why he went with the Blitzkrieg, and why tanks just roll right over. That's why tanks have continuous treads, so they can drive over these things, these trenches, and just go where they need to go. Although there was a scene that showed a tank off on its side that had been killed, but it's an effectively communicates what kind of horror they went through, because I noticed little touches, little details that impressed me. Okay, I was trying my best to get lost in the story, but I kept seeing the little touches, like the street signs in the trenches. Did you notice the street signs? Yeah. They were nailed up into the dirt that they had dug into, but they had little signs directing you, here's Church Street, this takes you to the church. Here's HQ Boulevard, this takes you to HQ, and all this other stuff. And then there's the front, which pointed off that way, which nobody wanted to go down. But it's the little touches like that. I was very impressed with it. This is a film I would probably watch again, just so I could see what I had missed the first time. Mm-hmm. It's like I said, it's a story that's told well. The actors, quite frankly, it's probably better that you didn't have any big name actors in this. You didn't have any frontline stars, although every star in Hollywood probably would have given up one of their arms to be able to get into this film. But unlike Saving Private Ryan, where Tom Hanks, great movie, but Tom Hanks can distract you from the story because he's Tom Hanks. In 1917, you have no major stars to distract you with their celebrity. You're paying attention to the story. You're not looking at Tom Hanks' storytelling technique or his acting technique. You're not looking at Steven Spielberg's lens work. You're looking at this story. And like I said, just because of the way I am, as a storyteller, I'll notice the little details, and it can distract me. But for the rest of you folks, if you tried watching Private Ryan and it was a little too intense for you, you should probably pass on this film. This film is very graphic and intense. This earned its R, absolutely. And there are scenes as they're crossing the no man's land. And just a spoiler, it is very, very hard to get through, because you are, let's just say the term bloat takes on a whole new meaning. Okay. There's also a scene near the very end where our hero's washed down a river and he's finally almost reached his destination. Another spoiler. Almost reached his destination. We go through the same thing, but even worse. So, if you have a weak constitution, 1917, you should probably stay away from it. But if you like Private Ryan if you have people in the military, if you are interested in the military, if you like war stories, if you like historical stories, if you're a fan or a student of history, this film, I think it does take a couple of liberties, but it has to, just to get the story told. All in all, I liked it. I would watch it a second time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'd watch it a 10th time. I would probably watch it a second time, maybe a third, but after that, it'd be kind of hard to watch after that.
This is one of those movies that I would literally go out and buy just to have it.
So let's wrap it with a scale of 1 to 5. Okay, remember our 5-point scale? Okay, just to remind you, I swear I'm going to get you people to start thinking this way. All right, 5 is paying full price on a Saturday night. 4 is watching the matinee. 3 is waiting for it to come out on DVD where you buy it. 2 is where you might rent it from Redbox or watch it on Netflix. And 1 is where you wait for it to show up on TV at random. What would you do with 1917?
5.
Yeah, it's a 5.
This
one's totally worth watching on a Saturday night. Probably not with the date unless she's a student of history.
I know we keep talking about, like, Saving Private Ryan. Even though I love Saving Private Ryan, this one I would actually say is a way better war story than that. To be honest, I just the way they did. I mean, you was talking about actors. Saving Private Ryan had a bunch of huge name actors that just made guest appearances. And that's what it felt like,
And it distracts from the story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know in the trailer of 1917, they had to show Cumberbatch's face just to sell the movie. Even though he's in it, and I will admit there's like 3 major big stars in this movie, but they last maybe 60 seconds.
Tops, yeah. But
that's it.
Here's the best part. These big name actors who actually do turn up in this, they have short little things, but they have an outsized impact. Because when you get to the end, and I'll just go ahead and spoil it, Benedict Cumberbatch is the guy his character is the one they're trying to reach to stop a suicidal rush, okay? And he was warned leading up, and the hero was warned leading up to it, you're going to want witnesses because this is the kind of guy, well, if you tell him this and there's no witnesses hanging around, he may not hear you. Benedict Cumberbatch comes across it, delivers that perfectly, and yet he still is a sympathetic character because he says, okay, great, I'll admit it. And they were surrounded by witnesses, you'll notice. There was about a half dozen around him. He said, all right, I hear you. We're going to cancel this. And then everybody's like, yes, he did it. But you realize tomorrow they're just going to change their minds, right? That's World War I in a nutshell right there. Tomorrow, okay, you saved the day, and then there's tomorrow. What do they do tomorrow? They'll tell me to go right back over that ridge.
And that's just so...
And that is war. That is war in a nutshell right there.
And I mean, I can say wow, amazing. I can say all kinds of things to describe this movie. But if you really want to, just go to your local theater, look at the poster, because that poster, we looked at it, it has nothing but wow, exciting, just good
all
things.
words.
It's all a bunch of words. And then the title of the movie. It's like there's no picture of a face or nothing like that. It's just everybody who loves this movie is putting their 2 cents on this, and it's right there on the poster. So that tells you a whole lot. If this movie doesn't win like Best Picture or Best Screenplay or something, Best Director, when the awards happen, I
want to make one more quick point related to what I was talking about before I got distracted. Okay, you had Benedict Cumberbatch, and of course I'm a Cumberbitch, so I'll watch anything. I didn't know he was in here, but I went ahead and watched it. But anyway, because it's Benedict Cumberbatch, you know who he is, and he's a celebrity. He makes that point Okay, you saved the day. What about tomorrow?
Yeah.
But because it's him, and this is the last you see of him, because immediately the camera follows the hero walking away, stunned, like after everything he's gone through, everything that's been sacrificed, including his best friend giving up his life. Spoiler alert. Still, Benedict Cumberbatch came in there and laid the truth on him. Yeah, this is going to mean nothing tomorrow. End of scene. But because it's Benedict Cumberbatch, that's going to echo in your ears a little bit louder. That's how you effectively use a cameo. That is to put in that extra little bit of weight and emphasis onto a point that you're trying to make. That last little story plot. Boom. That's the last little bit that just nudges it into your head. And that's one of those movie scenes that's going to linger with me. Because, yay, you're the hero until tomorrow. And that's what's going to stick with me from this movie. It's pretty sneaky, Mendez. Pretty sneaky. Anyway, so 5 out of 5 for both of us.
If I could go higher, I would.
Anything else you want to say?
No, that's pretty much.
We're done.
Just go see the movie.
Go watch 1917. I'm Spike.
I'm Chris.
That was Chris. This was Geeking Out. See the movie, doggone it.
Oh, yes.
We'll see y'all next time. Take care.